The year was 2011. I just graduated South High. I was an avid soccer player for 9 years. In the pictures you can see I was kind of a goofball and a community entertainer. I had worked all summer as a lifeguard because I was getting ready to do something that almost every 18-year-old does now, which is move away for college to get the experience that everyone has ever deserved. But, this is a scary thing for a lot of people. This means a lot of things. For one, I had to leave my dear Herschel, my dog. He was awesome, and I had really never went a day without him. And I also had to leave my family and abandon everything I'd ever known for this weird place called school. At first it was super hard, and I was having trouble, but that was like for the first 4 hours. You got to put out the waterworks for mom and everybody. And actually you do feel extremely emotional after leaving. But, I grew into my routine. I grew into everything that I was doing, and it was awesome. And I started to have a lot of fun, and my semester was going extremely well. But, it's funny how things change so rapidly. Towards the end, it was finals week, super, super stressful for everyone. And I had planned this whole huge snowboarding trip with my cousin. And I had one final to go. It was an online final, and boom, my life had changed. I collapsed paralyzed on the floor of Webb King Hall on December 10th, 2011, and my original diagnosis was called surface myelopathy. And I won't go too much in depth, but only less than 1% of the current population in the US have been diagnosed with surface myelopathy. I couldn't use my legs. I couldn't do anything. I lost my license. I lost my schooling. I lost the sport that I loved. I lost most of my freedoms as a human being that I had known for quite a while. And let me just start by saying that this is every mother's worst nightmare. I mean, I can't imagine how my mom felt seeing me in the hospital. But I stayed in Swedish Medical Center for over 2 weeks while they were diagnosing me. And then I was transferred to Craig Rehabilitation Hospital to begin community reintegration therapy, which is basically them teaching me a bunch of wheelchair skills to let me live my life again. But during my last week of Craig, something really, really cool happened. I started to move my legs again. Barely, but I moved them. So immediately they enrolled me into lower body rehabilitation at Craig for the next 5 months, and I didn't see my home for almost half a year. But, I was able to move from braces to crutches to a cane to nothing. And I worked really hard, and I got my license back, and I moved up to this wonderful smelling place called Greeley, reunited with the old life that I once had. But there's still things I can't do. I kind of walk with a gimp here and there, and I complain about my back at 90 years old, but hey, I'm so thankful that I went through this experience, and something that less than 1% of the population has ever been through or experienced, and only 25% ever walk again. I'm not bragging, I'm just expressing the odds of what actually happened. And it's amazing, and not a lot of people in their entire lives can say these sort of things and say, hey, I lived this, and then continue living their lives as they see fit. And I don't know where I'd be if I had not healed. And I couldn't have done it without my family, and I couldn't have done it without my friends.